You know, people do that, they make a lot of mistakes. When you want to register a company, you have 2 directors, you take 500, or one person takes 800 and take 200. When you do that, you are not thinking of that business enlarging in the future. Because when you do that, you've taken up all the shares that there is. Eventually, you may need to have to be dropping that, you know, after a while. Now, when you say you are registering an NGO, NGOs are companies that are registered under Part C. Maybe I should allow Mr. Birmingham to talk about, because he does that a lot.
Thank you very much. I will try as much as possible not to repeat what she has said. To every law, there is usually an intent to every law. What is the purpose of this law? CAC that regulates companies. They have business name, limited liability company, and what is it called? Trustees, incorporation of trustees. That one that deals with NGO. Business name. Why do you have the business name? I want to start a business. I'm into fashion designing, and just only me. And just only me. I just want to run my business. Simple. I don't want to involve in anything much and everything. And at the same time, I want to be documented. I want my name, I want to have a document that I can take to a bank that is the name of my company. I want a document that if anybody is acting for, if 2 of us are bearing that name, to differentiate myself that I am the owner of this name, I want a document like that. I can just go for a business name. But when the business is moving, it's growing, and even though one is growing, it depends on the intent, reason why you are starting a business. If 3 of us want to go into business now, it has gone beyond only me. You want to put money, she want to put money, how to document that? Okay, the government has, okay, this has gone beyond business name. Let's have limited liability company. Limited to the amount I'm putting in, limited the amount he's putting in, limited the amount that she is putting in. So 3 of us can have in a paper another document that will state all that. That 3 of us, yes, starting a business, limited liability company can also avail us that another person, apart from 3 of us that is starting it, there's also room for others. Mr. Gabriel that just finished talking, he now wants to join us. And I'm looking, okay, who are you people? What are you people all about? He can go to CAC, go and check the record, go and check how much I'm having there, how much he's having there, how much he's also having there. You can go to CAC. So limited liability company settle all that. Now again, we are looking at, okay, we have made money. We want to do a little of NGO. We want to impart in society. And government will not be charging us. Government, okay, if you want to do this, in order not to be charging you, in order not to be asking for too much tax and everything, we have another body that we're going to, another document that you are going to have for that, and it's called incorporated trustee. That simply deals with NGO. So young business, I know that I'm talking to young business entrepreneurs. What is more important to you is how much is all this again? The money varies. So it's a small business. Government is also want more people to go into more business. And business name, now government has reduced it to 5,000. That's the official fees. Official fees. If you are meeting a lawyer to do that for you, a lawyer may also want to get his own money. He's going to go in and back to file the forms and everything. This 5,000 naira till March. Usually it's 10,000 naira. That is official fees that the person will pay. And there are other little fees, 500 naira, 250 to make an oath, 100 naira, and things like that they're going to spend in addition to that. So limited liability company, the official fees are going to around 30,000 as well. That's the official fees to the government. And to incorporated trustee, that one is much higher, going to 50 to 70,000. So in all the pay, these are 3 basic different types of companies, structures that we can use to run our company.
All right. May I ask at this juncture, do we have business owner here? A business owner? All right, good, thank you. Do we have aspiring business owner? You better talk now. All right. So, for the fact that you're in this conference today, and you're an aspiring business owner, I understand that to register your business name, who wants to register a business name? All right, and you're having issues on how to go about it, you're supposed to spend a minimum of 10K to register your business name. And it takes about 2 weeks for your business name to be out. But for the fact that you are here today, our legal team will offer you registration of your business name for 9K. Have you tried? A round of applause for our legal team. There's a legal desk. It was just decided now. I actually bribed them that, okay, let's give our people something to take home with. So they will help you with your registration of your business name, process it, check the availability for 9K. You get it delivered in 2 weeks or less. They have a desk at the end of the auditorium. While you were talking, sir, there was a twist you went into that I loved. You talked about tax. Now, I had a funny experience. A client came to meet me for a coaching session. He was supposed to travel out, and while filling his document, he filled his document as he's a business owner. Then the embassy asked for his tax clearance. Then he did not have tax clearance. He did not understand what tax clearance. He said he did not come and meet me now. I said, like, seriously? So he came to meet me. This is not my area of expertise. I had to refer him. Now I needed to explain how tax is paid briefly. I'm not sure whether it's still, the policy is still like that. If you register your business name within the first 1 year, it's tax free.
Oh. So what happens now is once you register, before you are even able to use your certificates in maybe opening an account or anything, you have to go and get a tax identification number. It goes straight. Because from CAC, once your certificate is coming out, it's coming out with a FIRS receipt. So you take all of that to your wherever you're going to have your business, this state. So you go to the internal revenue there, and it's easy now. They really made it easy. And so you can sit on your system, which is part of what is going to be done for you when you register, when you put down your name for registration. We take all that details, and when your certificate comes out, we also help you to process and get your tax identification number. Now, what happens with tax for new businesses is that on a normal basis, when you get business, you're supposed to put in your VAT. VAT is a standard, so you're supposed to charge it along with whatever you are doing. So that is what goes back to the government as your VAT payment. But where you say that you register the business and then maybe business is not coming, they have a regulated amount that you are to pay monthly, annually. So you pay that annually to keep your tax engagement clear. So you don't just register a business name and go and keep it at home. A time comes that you need it and you are asked for tax clearance. So that amount that is a regulated amount now, depending on the type of business now. That's why I cannot say that this is the amount. It is peculiar to the kind of business that you are doing. So you have to pay that annually for you to be getting a tax clearance annually. They give you a tax clearance certificate annually for your business. So you take that anywhere anyone asks you for your tax clearance, you are able to present that. But once you start taking in business, you have to charge along your VAT. That VAT is the returns that goes back to the government.
Wow. Please a round of applause for that explanation. There's a statement you made now that struck me. That when you're charging for your services, you should include VAT. I'll start doing that.
You have to.
Then secondly, how is that calculated? How do I?
Thank you very much. Usually it should be 5% of the total amount. 5% of your total amount, and whatever transaction you've done, 5% of it. But that's what's supposed to be. But this is what happened in Nigeria now. Because government do not trust us, and we don't trust the government. So it depends on the areas in which you are living and where you are running your business. Governments have a fixed price. If you are in computer village, there are fixed price for people in the computer village. If you are in Alaba, Lekki, there's a fixed price for those people in that location. So, and they look at some of them, they even look at, what they call, the nature of the building. They come to the building and look at the building, they look at the plaza you are using. It's different from somebody that's just running in one shop, apartment. Even when you're in Lekki, you just running one shop, one Igbo boy running a shop. It's different from somebody in a plaza that pays a big amount to run. So these are they have a fixed price. We may not be able to tell you this amount you are going to pay. But on your own, apart from paying that government fixed price, whatever business you were doing, you're supposed to be charging them 5% of the total amount.
Thank you very much. Please a round of applause for that response. If I'm not mistaken, so am I right to say that payment of VAT is in categories?
You can say categories, but that's not
categories based on location.
Based on location and nature of business.
Okay. Yes. Okay.
But you cannot be selling. I keep going back to food. I think I have a lot of food vendor clients. You cannot be selling. You cannot be a caterer, and then your VAT will be the same thing that somebody who is selling building materials, or somebody who is selling, or somebody who is offering other services. So your nature of business, and then also where you carry on that business. Those are the two things that are looked into.
Another thing I would like to ask on behalf of the participant and audience is VAT paid? Is VAT meant to be paid monthly or yearly or quarterly?
You are advised to make a monthly return so that you don't make it cumbersome for yourself. Because at the end of the day, you do not make it a monthly return. That's why you need a legal bodyguard, so that you save yourself all the stress. What you need to do is just get in contact with your legal bodyguard and say that this is the business we have done this month, this is our VAT. Then he or she makes the return for you. It's very, very easy. It's not a trouble. So do a monthly returns. It helps you at the end of the day. It saves you a lot of stress. You don't want to go into the yearly returns. Depending on your type of business anyways, because now to begin to calculate, all of a sudden they can just go say, okay, this year, since you have not been paying, pay this amount, and then they say they are levying you one. So if every month you go there, say this is my VAT, they take it, whatever it is that is your return, and it is recorded.
Now, let me ask this. Let's say it's an assumption. I'm not holy. All right, internet, I'm not holy. So let's do this. Let's say I have my business, I run my business. I've evaded tax for like 5 years.
You don't want to get into that trouble.
Now, I want to tidy up my books.
That's going to take you a whole lot of work. You are going to have to need to employ legal services because you're already in default. They are going to calculate the tax owed. They are now going to calculate the default fees owed. Please.
Okay, and again, now we have a revenue court. In other words, you can be charged to court for not paying, for evading tax.
Even if I report myself.
Because
even if you report yourself, meetings will be held, and then they will conclude that, okay, pay this particular amount. Of course, after a lot of, because Nigerians and our bodies, we understand ourselves. So when things like that happen, they always allow an opening for discussion. So you that you reported yourself, oh good, you'll be categorized as a good Nigerian. But once you report yourself and discussions are held and decisions are made for you to pay a particular amount, you have a time frame within which you are to pay. So if you do not pay, that is a second default, and that will not be looked at. So you can be taken to the revenue court. So if you are reporting yourself, you are ready, as in ready like yesterday, to tidy up.
Okay. Now I have a company. It's just my mind working on me. Don't look at me anyhow after this conference. Okay. Now let's say I have a business. I've been making money with the business. I've traded with it for 5 years and I did not pay tax. Can I abandon that name, open a fresh one and not attend to that one again?
Now, if you have built a brand for 5 years, you now want to drop it and go and start all over again because of tax. Which one is
more expensive?
Which one is more expensive? To start all over again
But you guys can relate with my
or
thoughts.
to sit down with tax officials and discuss how the government can help you do a rebate on the 5 years. I think it is just wisdom for you to do that, and also to be, good citizens of this country. It's a different thing to think of what are they using the tax for. But for you to be on the tidy side, you are the one who owns your business. You are the one who is taking your business along with you in life. You don't want something to happen tomorrow and then they say EFCC go and check up, and then the first thing they are saying is that you've not been paying tax since like forever. You don't know where that business, you will definitely know where your business is leading you anyways if you are a good SME. So you are already preparing for like 5-10 years from now. You don't want tax to be what is holding you down. So I wouldn't advise it. You can't do it, but that is not the best thing to do, really.
I love your response. You said you've built something for 5 years, but because you want to evade tax, you want to abandon it, it's not worth it. When we talk about branding, there's something called brand equity. Yeah, so you can't just, it's even more expensive than whatever charge, except probably you didn't trade with the business at all. At all. Okay, that's fine.
And if you are thinking that how will the government know? Because I know some people will be thinking, how will the government know that you are not paying tax? There's so much zeroing in on the issue of tax in Nigeria, particularly in Lagos, that you can't run away from it. Very soon, before your children are registered in schools, you will need tax clearance. Very soon, before you are able to even purchase anything worthwhile, you will need tax clearance. So we are edged in. It is better to just begin to do it straight now.
Thank you very much. Now, starting an idea, I've seen, because for me, I'm thorough. I've seen people lose ideas because they don't know how to protect their ideas. I've seen people in law, in signing, there's something called NDA, non-disclosure agreement. I've seen people share their ideas without any form of security. At the end of the day, you are angry, somebody stole my idea, and you are bitter, and a lot of friction happens. This is where I'm going. People have ideas, but they don't even know how to protect their ideas. So I want you to shed more light. We have company registration, right? After that, I know people do patents, am I correct? People do trademark, all right? Is that all? And there's something else. I want you to clarify. Copyright, yeah. So what does trademark, copyright, and patenting, what does it mean? And how can we apply it to our lives as business owners?
Yes, thank you. In law, all these are categorized under intellectual property. Just like you have a real property, your house, and you register your house, you have a seal of O for your house. So also your ideas as well, and your logo and your brand, you can have a document for it, in which to protect it, to say this is my home. Trademark, as the name suggests, trade mark, the mark that you are using to trade. Do you want to protect it? You can protect it from others from using it. Look at the name now, Dr. Shogo, Pathfinder, the way it's being carved and everything. That is a mark. I can be bearing Shogo. It may not tell me that my parents should go and change my name from bearing Shogo, but it can differentiate himself from my own Shogo by the way he carved his own mark. That by looking at it, you look at, okay, this is the Shogo, the pathfinder, the organizer of the idea to execution. I can be doctor as well, and Dr. Shogo. He can stop me from using that. But he can have a mark for his own to differentiate both of us. And that is what patent. That's have to do with machinery, tools, and mounts. So that gives you a confidence of what you are doing, that since you invented this, since you brought this one out, nobody can come and just chance you out of it. And copyright as well. You like stories, you like writing story, writing book, singing, poem, and all those things like that. You can also have a certificate, a document to that you own it. That one you don't have to. it's not compulsory, but once you are the originator of an idea, yes, let's just use the idea, automatically you can put it down, a story, a novel, a poem, things like that. The law recognizes you as the originator. But where the problem usually comes is that if two of you are written down an idea, have a book of the same storyline, who comes first becomes an issue. But once your own is registered, the law says that the first in time takes it. So you are the owner of it. And that is why we encourage people that try to copyright your idea, try to trademark it, try to find a patent for it and things like that. So it protects you from all these wahala, because what you see, somebody will go and make a fake. Why do people do a fake things? Because the original is selling, and people know, okay, so let me just manufacture my own. Let me just take this one and just selling it in the market. But to stop others from doing that, you can protect your idea.
Just before we round up on that, I want to give an example that may, get home to some of us. Dagreen of blessed memory happens to be my client just about 2 months before he died. Prior to that time, Dagreen had written songs that was never patented or copyrighted. We were in the process of getting all of this done when he had that accident. Now today, Dagreen song is everywhere. He could have been bringing home money for even his parents now, but not, that can happen. So I tell people, once you come up with this idea, do not think of what's the wahala, what's the stress. You do not know. Do you understand what I'm saying? Assuming we were able to successfully copyright most of his songs that he wrote by himself that are now being used today freely, they will have been bringing in more money for his parents that are still alive, or even for his family. So I just need to share that so you understand the purport and the import of these things.
There's something I want to clarify about trademark. So does that mean that at the point of registering my business name or my company name, it's just the name that is registered, my logo is not registered?
The logo is not, it's a different ballgame.
So logo is independent on its own?
It's independent from the name. The registration is dependent, yes. He has explained it thoroughly.
My people are revolting. Okay, it's alright.
He has explained it so clearly. That is why he has explained it so clearly. We have Dr. Shogo. What's Dr. Shogo's logo? Dr. Shogo, the Pathfinder, can be registered. But
when I'm registering my face over, I will go and check.
Please, we need to do that.
It's okay.
Before somebody else comes with Dr. Shogo and another picture, and then we have the Pathfinder, and we are wondering what's going on. Who is stealing from who? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Especially now, people do plastic surgery everywhere. Now do plastic surgery
it's different because a lot of people, when you come up with your ideas, it's not generating into the picture first. You want to first of all patent, the intellectual issue around it, and then you now come up with the picture idea. What do you sell to people? How do they see it? So that is what is, and then the logo thing. You get what I'm saying? Assuming it comes up with your name like almost immediately, then it will be registered. Of course, you can register both if you are ready. Your name, your business name, and your logo. It goes together. It doesn't mean that 5,000 naira will cover it. That is for your business certification. But your logo will still have to go through another search to ensure that somebody else has not used that kind of logo, or it has been trademarked for that person. So it goes through another separate search, and then they discover, okay, this is okay. Or they tell you that your logo is so close to someone else's own, you cannot use it, or you should go and modify it. So that's the reason why it is different. So it's going to take the process. You are registering a business name, we search your name to ensure that somebody else has not used that name before. Your logo also goes through that search to find out that somebody has not used something that is similar to it.
All right. Now I want to ask this. You won't believe I've forgotten what I want to ask. But I've remembered. Do we have SME that do food? You're in the food industry. Food industry, you're an SME, you're a business owner. Don't be ashamed of your business. Raise your hand. All right, good. Thank you. Now, because you are here and I can mirror your heart, and from experiences I've had in coaching, people have issues with NAFDAC registration, and it's one of the reasons, especially people in that particular field, in that particular industry, that your business is not booming and expanding. Am I saying you're hard? I want to ask two things on their behalf. Number one, is it possible, or if it's within your area that you can answer it, is it possible that there's a flexible means of paying and they can use their number, there's a modality, or I've heard it from like 2 or 3 people, I don't know how true is it, that you're in the food business, you're in the food industry, you don't have a NAFDAC number, you want to have a NAFDAC number. Do people share NAFDAC number? That you use people's NAFDAC number temporarily on your product? People are dangerous.
Yeah, people are dangerous, but because people have products they want to push into the market like SR, you borrow someone's NAFDAC number, expecting that you will pay the person.
Is it a criminal offense?
It is, oh, you can go straight to jail. It is, and that's not me trying to scare you. It is. What I tell my clients when you want to have NAFDAC registration, Nigeria may not encourage straightforwardness, but I personally encourage you to be straightforward, because the corner you are cutting today will meet you in front. What NAFDAC has also come to realize is that people are urgent on getting NAFDAC registration, but because it has to do with food, they also have their own internal checks to ensure that whatever it is you are giving to the society meets with SON standard. So your product sample does not stop in NAFDAC office. They take it to Standard Organization of Nigeria to ensure whatever it is that's supposed to be in that product meets
standard. So what they do now at NAFDAC is that once you present a product, they give you a temporary certification, and it means that temporary is only that you can circulate within Nigeria and not Nigeria.
Okay.
So when you get that, you go on with circulation, and they also are there used to be a one-stop shop at CAC that where they do all of these things, but maintenance of things in this country very help us. It's deteriorated back to what it used to be. Normally when you get to CAC, you're supposed to present your business product, everything at the one place, then it goes round, then it comes back there also. But now it has generated to what it used to be. So you get your certification from CAC, you now go to NAFDAC with your product and your certification. So they see that, okay, you have been certified by CAC, you have a business certification, then they take your product for sample. So what they try to do is to minimize time. So I tell people 6 months, 9 months, you should be able to get your NAFDAC registration.
Now,
but you have to start.
During the course of your explanation, you mentioned SON, Standard Organization of Nigeria, and
yes.
I understand they also issue a
yes.
number. Now, for what kind of products are those?
Standard Organization of Nigeria is like on almost all of the products, all these pep drinks that you take, products that has even pen books, you know, anything edible, it goes through them. So they give you a certificate. There's a number that is written on the certificate. It comes back to NAFDAC. NAFDAC give you the final. NAFDAC own is what is the certification to the public.
So which
but
means
to the system, SON says this is okay. Now
I understand. So am I correct to say if you have NAFDAC number, one way or the other, your product or your service has passed through SON?
It will not be totally correct to say that. It all depends on, but we've started with food. Because of a caterer has a lot of things. The building in which you are to run your business, other things, the shears, the plastics, and all the things that have to do with SON. So, but the food itself, food and other related products that have to do with NAFDAC. If you are not into food, you may just end with some. Wiring, shares, all those things must be of standard. Nigeria we have our own standard. Our soft drink here may be different from the one outside the country.
It is actually.
Yes. But we all have our own standard. The shoes and everything, we all have our own standard.
Okay. Thank you for the clarification. Now finally, as we close this segment, the MC, can you help us if we can get 2 questions from the audience? Camera, can you show the audience? How many people have questions? In fact, this man came out straight. All right, get him the microphone, please. Wow. Wow. So what we'll do, let's just do 10 minutes for these questions. 10 minutes. So this is what will happen. If you notice someone has asked your question, you don't need to come out and re-echo it, all right? If your question is the cousin to that person's question, just, all right. So we have 10 minutes. Let's quickly take this. MC, give the first man the microphone. Thank you.
Okay, we'll just take 5.
My name is Professor Bade Adegoroye Oyebade. I work as a master of ceremonies. The first question I want to ask is, as an MC, how do you pay tax? As an actor, how do you pay tax? Because do you do as an actor, sometimes you do a job, maybe one job in 3 months. And how do I register my business as an actor, as an MC? Secondly, does it mean that if I don't want to pay tax, I shouldn't register my business? The third question is, you work in a company where you do a 9 to 5, and your company takes your tax, and you have a side also by the side. Can you pay double tax? Thank you.
Quickly, please, if you have questions, just let them be on a row, please. Just quickly, 5, 6, 7. We have 10 minutes, please. Thank you.
Okay, I'm engineer fine. My question.
Okay, MC artist, how do you pay tax? No, the thing is, there is personal income tax. So you are to pay your personal income tax as an MC and an artist. Now, when you go to the Inland Revenue Office to obtain your TIN number, your tax identification number, you are shown all the categories of tax. So there's no way you can escape. You find yourself in one of those categories and how much you are to be paying. So that one is already stated there. Secondly, you ask that you are working in a 9 to 5 and then your company pays your tax and then you have a side also. That is not double taxing. Where you are working, they are obliged to return your tax to the government. So you're not paying your tax to your employer. That tax is going to government on that 9 to 5 job. Just like you said, your side also is another job. You know. So whatever time you do it, you also have to pay tax. What is the third question? You mean, no, the third question says that if you do not want to pay tax, does it mean you should not register your business? How far can an unregistered business go?
A round of applause for her. Solid responses.
Okay, Engineer Fine is my name. The first question is, when you register your business, is the first year tax-free? When you register your business, is the first year tax-free? The second question is, a business name and a company name. Yes. Now the question is, must you pay tax for your business, just business name, not company now, business? The third question is, I have someone, my younger brother is into Moringa peanut, and he has been trying to get, he invented it, Moringa peanut, and now he's trying to get NAFDAC certification, but they're asking him for a large sum amount of money, and he cannot get that. And again, he doesn't have the money to have these equipments, and we have been told to start small. So in that case, now he's trying to sell, but because of that number, he's afraid. what is your advice? Or how much do one get NAFDAC certification?
Yes, thank you very much.
Sorry, someone was just trying to add something that was very close. He was talking about tax holiday. So, tax holiday for infant companies. So, I just wanted to add that question to it.
Yes, tax holiday is inventions by government. It does not mean that it runs every time. Like now, government want everybody to come and pay your tax. If you are in default, then I say, okay, this is tax holiday period that that come and pay. And again, in a particular product, government want to encourage you to go into a particular product or business. They cannot say, okay, on this particular business is tax holiday. Tax holiday. If you are running for 5 years, for the first 5 years of this, yeah, it's tax holiday. Take for instance, LG Nigeria. For the 10 years they have been in Nigeria, it was tax holiday for them. They were not paying tax because they developed that area. They went to an area to develop the area. They went to an area what we don't have in Nigeria. They brought their expertise and everything, and to encourage them, government declared tax holiday for them.
You will answer. I just realized something now, ladies and gentlemen. Sociological speaking, they used to say that women use more words than men. Am I correct? I realized that it's not applicable in law. I was signaling to him that I know you will not talk much. I will not talk much. Make your responses brief. Hey, God, what do we do now? So we'll do this now.
Well,
we'll do this now. Just take the microphone round. We'll jot down the questions. The ones that are similar, we'll just merge them together. Then they spend one minute each, because we need to bring out the next speaker. We won't just spend the whole time on this session. Is that fine?
Yeah.
Is that fine?
And I think people.
All right, quickly. Okay. So just tidy up the two questions. Then.
No, it's not. Like I said again, it depends on the product that government want to encourage you. No.
Business name, do they need to pay tax?
Business name, we are paying tax as a person. Supposedly, and that's where the difference is. What is business name? That means you, the business, the name you want to give to your business is you. Is only you. The name you want to give to your business. In other words, if you are bearing Pathfinder as a business name, if you are going to be paying tax as Mr. Shogo. It's you are paying that tax.
Thank you very much. So which means running a business name is easy for a startup. For a company, you pay annual returns. All right. So let's quickly run the microphone. Okay. 1 minute each. 1 minute. We have people watching all over the world. Some people are about to go and sleep at the moment, actually. All right.
Okay, I'm Angela. The question I want to ask is, suppose I'm running a business and I registered it as a business name. Along the line, one of my friends wants to invest as a shareholder. Do I have to now turn it to a company? And if yes, how do I go about it?
Minute on it. Second question is the same thing.
Okay,
same thing. Thank you.
The window. This question she just asked. What's the window period to upgrade from an enterprise to a limited liability company? Thank you.
Go ahead.
Okay, I'm Lawrence. We were talking about VAT estimation when registering as tax clearance and tax payment. I want to ask for that infant industries. Now, once you start a business, VAT estimation, do you also put it in at the first stage of the business? Now, what about those that are giving tax holidays? Are they also to pay the VAT during those seasons?
All right.
And sorry, I'm not complete. Do we personally apply for tax holidays, or government grant us tax holidays without or comment, or we go to apply for the tax holidays ourselves?
Thank you very much. You know what we're going to do? We're going to take one question each. Like I said, we have a legal desk. So after the conference, or if we decide to have a break, you can actually bombard the legal desk. We have another person on the team, so the ratio can match. One question each. Please. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Okay, you said we can pay our tax annually. That is for limited company. if I get it right. What about for the business name? Is it annually or monthly? We'll file reports. Then my last question is this. For an instance...
One question each.
No,
this one
is very important. I need to ask this, please. I'm so sorry.
No, you will ask. There's a desk. Because they're going to answer just one question here. Okay. Yes. So they will ask. They will answer you.
Thank you. My name is Jeremiah. My question here goes regards to someone having a tax clearance certificate from where he's working. Can he use it to open his own business?
Okay, the answer is very easy. He said no, that is not possible. No, thank you. Next question.
My name is Naomi. If you have...
Please, can we reduce movement? Thank you. Thank you, reduce movement.
If you register 3 business names and you want a limited liability company, does your company pay tax as an entity or per business?
All right. Next question.
All right. Thank you very much. I am Madonna. If I register my business with a CAC, is it not possible that my product can circulate within the country for some incubation time? I say that I have a business I want to register with CAC. Then I used to have this idea that if you register your business with CAC, you can be incubated for some period for your product to run around before you get money to go for NAFDAC. Is it not obtainable again? With the Ministry of Technology and Incubation, I used to know that when I was growing up.
That would depend on whether you are, it's a product that you are just creating, something that is different from, what is available. So you will now first of all have to go to Ministry of Incubation, where they would look at it and say this is a new thing. Yes, it's going to help the economy in this way and all of that. They would already have examined it and certified it by themselves. So at that time, they can now say whether they want to.
At that time, they will say whether they want to give you tax or not. All right.
Good morning. My name is Lekon Abdul.
Do you want us to sleep here? You don't want to hear the next speaker? All right. And there's a desk afterwards, but the desk is closed for now, for the sessions. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Lekon Abdul. I'm a web developer, actually. So I have a business name that is being registered. I call it Eriyawo. Eriyawo, it's a business that organizes, probably you want to do wedding, and we bring Eriyawos for you easily. So now the thing is that I need services of event planners and all that. Now, it is a business name, Eriyawo. Do I make it a company name so that I can work with other people that can assist me in developing, in providing this service, or do I just leave it as a business name and make them shareholders? I don't know how to go from there. I hope you understand what I'm saying.
All right. So quickly, one statement answer, please, for the questions you have highlighted. Please.
Okay, let me say that if you do not get to answer all the questions here, like we said, there's a desk. You can take your time, and it is free. We are not asking for consultations fee. So take the advantage. Now, quickly to asking if you have a business name, and then you have a friend who wants to come as a shareholder, whether you need to now upgrade to a company. Now, your language will determine. Having an investor is different from having a shareholder. So if somebody wants to give you money, you give return on investment, the person doesn't need to be a part of your business. But if the person wants to be a shareholder, then it's no longer you. So you need to upgrade into a limited liability company. So the person will buy some part of the share of the company with the money that they are bringing in. But if somebody, you have a business idea and somebody say, okay, 5 million, what's my return? What are you going to give me every month? The person can just be an investor. They don't need to be a part of the company.
Thank you very much. And on the question of from business name to a limited liability company, very well. You can move from the business name to, but there's a procedure for it. There may be a time that now CSC asks that you have to wind up the business name before you can move. And the only difference from the name is that Mr. Shogo, a business name, if you want to move it to limited liability company, just say Mr. Shogo Ltd, limited at the back of it. So that the look, that's how they differentiate the two from.
Now, does it require any fee to change from a business?
Of course.
I thought it's free now.
Of course. And one important thing I need to mention that is a little bit, there's what annual dues. Annual dues is to CAC. It's different from the tax you are paying for inland revenues and everything. It's different. Annual dues is for CAC to maintain your name with CAC. So you must be paying that one annually.
We've been having a great time so far, isn't it? Isn't it? Okay, while we're on, one of our guest speakers walked in. You can see him hug Dr. Shogo right now. Can we celebrate him, ladies and gentlemen? I'll be introducing him appropriately as we go. Meanwhile, we have another interlude, and in this